It took me 113 plus hours to create this 1940s cardigan. This is a second episode where we're gonna be talking and knitting, finally, the body of the cardigan. Instead of me talking about it for so long, let's just jump into it. You're here for the knitting. You're not here for the blabbering blabs, but it's quite exciting because it's gonna be about the project. So let's go. Let's watch it. I have been working for a while on this project actually, but I haven't really shared anything because I wasn't at home when I started working on it. Then I had a big break from it. Let me share some things. I'm very excited. First things first, I have finished the ribbing of this project, and you can see here that I have loads already done. I have used mixture of Eastern and Western knitting styles, combination rib. If you are struggling with ribbing, combination rib would make it look nicer. You can also see that I have loads of these little pieces of color. I have found these plastic things that are actually used for embroidery. I was like, you know what? I think it's gonna work with this project. Basically have color work only on one part and it's not a full ferrule, so you need color on both sides. Coolest things I found. These are very useful. I'm currently on my first repeat, which is a first flower. It is not yet finished. I feel like the colors that I have chosen are very good. I'm finally using these tiny little stitch markers that I have found in America. It's a tiny sweater. One of them has a make one right, the other has a make one left, which I use to create increases because I always forget how do you do the make one left and how do you do the make one right. I decided to combine all of the panels together as if I'm knitting a Juniper jacket. It's the same construction. I do not mind pearls anymore. I think I grew and I'm just so excited that I'm finally using all of these yarn. You can remember these from the ferrule vest, I guess. It's a nice memory to have in the future to be like, you know what? There was a time when I bought loads of yarn thinking I'm gonna use it all for this colorwork waistcoat, and then I use it for a lot more other projects. What I'm doing with this project, even if I'm done with the color for now, I'm not cutting it. I'm just keeping it there. The pink one starts to crawl, and actually I started picking it up, whereas in the previous one we have a very, very long float. I didn't really do that kind of thing, so it's basically predicting where this color is going to end up. It was only used here, and then I was picking it up until I use it right here. I've actually learned something new. Every time I knit something, I learn something new. I just wanted to do some late night knitting, and because I'm currently knitting something not as complicated, not the color work, but just knitting main color of this cardigan. Sometimes when I knit, I have these thoughts in my head that, you know how cool this is? Like, this is something that I'm gonna create whilst making stitch by stitch. And it's very nice the fact that I also chose to knit this whole thing all together. So without knitting just one piece and then the second and then the third. Instead, I chose to knit the whole thing in one go, which means a whole cardigan is gonna come from this. And you can see how much I've already knit. I tried to just kind of count when I'm knitting and see how long would it take me to create one of the pieces. Just for, I guess, visualization of my work and understanding the fact that, yeah, it took me a very long time to knit this. So how long did it take me to knit this? Is about 26 hours. Sometimes it's gonna take a lot longer to knit because maybe I'm chatting, like right now. Or the color work usually is the one that takes a bit longer just because I try to make sure that the yarn is being caught at the back so that I don't leave any super long floats. I kind of try to take a bit longer time to make it better. There's also increases that I need to follow up, make sure that I'm not forgetting about them. Really love the fact that I count how long it takes me to create this because it does visualize it. It does show how much I spend on this. It shows my hard work. It shows the time that I have spent on it. When I count down how long it will take me to create it, it makes sense. And it's not even yet finished. It's not, I don't think it's even halfway yet. I haven't finished the first repeat yet. That shows that I'm probably still gonna be knitting it 26 more hours and even longer because 26 hours only took me to do this. We're also increasing it. That means there's a lot more stitches, and on top of it, there are also sleeves. I really enjoy knitting it, by the way. I don't know, it's just turning out so cute. I love to observe how color work is turning every single row. I'm like looking at it and I'm like, wow, it looks so beautiful. The yarn, oh no. I have an issue with one of my rows. I think I made floats a lot longer, and that's why I ended up with a hole. It's annoying. Yeah, that hole, I will need to fix it somehow. But it works when I tuck it in. I'm gonna actually show you what I mean. Look at my big loop. This is not how it's supposed to be. This is what I mean by that hole. This one. So I have to basically tuck from the back to remove it. I'm just gonna be doing the color work. I am changing the color to the main. What I need to do is I need to catch the pink one but not knit it. To do that, I actually do something like this, that it is caught. And now I need to knit one of the pink. The next one after the pink is gonna be the main color, so I need to catch the rest of the colors. So let's say like that. I'm also making sure that I spread everything so that the tension is not super tight. This is looking extremely cute. Look at the cutest flower ever. I adore this so much. It's gonna be quite a bright color, and we have like a bit of glimpse of this pink here, and then we have a bit of this pink here. Very cute. Oh my god, look at her. Look at her. It's happening. It is happening. This is about 26 hours of work with the ribbing with the color work, and this is not yet full color work. Coolest thing knitting it as one piece is that you will end up with a full cardigan and you don't even have to sew anything except the sleeves. Let's imagine. Look how cute this is. There will be a button band right here. This is how the color work looks. The cute flower here and the cute flower here. Do you see that I also made sure that this is a mirror image? And I am also at the end of the color work, the first color work repeat. Once I'm gonna finish with these stitches, I'm also gonna be finished with the first part of the color work. And not only that, but this will show that I have been knitting for 30 hours. Last stitch. This is what 30 hours will give you, but not yet finished. I'm hoping I'm gonna finish this soon, maybe in a week or so. Color work is somewhat finished. We are pretty much at the end of it. There are a couple of more rows. And of course on the other side it's the same, and it is gorgeous. The best thing to do when you're sick is to knit. Just so relaxing. I put on a show and then I knit. I don't know, it just brings a lot of happiness to me because look at the beautiful colors. But I'm just so happy that I used it on this one. It's just giving me that pop of color that I needed in this somewhat dark cardigan. Okay, let's talk about increases. So I've already done 8 rows of increases in total. I need 10. Here are my cute little stitch markers. Oh, love them. I really love these kind of projects where you can use these awkward amounts of yarn that you have left over and incorporate them into color work, end up with the even smaller pieces that you can maybe later on incorporate in something else. I really love these colors. I think I chose them perfectly. We are not going to talk about the inside, so keep it a secret. Shh. I've been knitting a very long time, but I still end up with the drop stitches. It is okay. There's always a way of fixing it. So I'm just inserting the first one. The 2 floats. So I'm just gonna catch the first one as if I'm crocheting. This is how I fix my drop stitches. It can happen to everyone. I have been knitting for 38 hours in total, and I am on the second repeat. Obsessed. I really love this cute little pink neon. Oh my god. I am finishing the first flower. It is very cute. Getting closer to where the armholes are going to be, so I need to cast off some stitches. It is definitely going so well. I'm doing a lot better when it comes to the color work. It's definitely getting more like put together. I also went shopping today. I have found one of the cutest 1970s tweed green suits, and I am thinking that it is definitely going to work with this one. You know me, I like going 50s, 40s. This one is a 40s, and you're already probably seeing the vision, and I'm obsessed. Cannot believe it is happening. For this conversation, I needed to be on the floor because I am not bothered, and I did loads of calculations because I still haven't done any decreases for the armhole shaping. I have a smaller bust, so I needed to do some adjustments. The books that helped me, obviously the original pattern that was rewritten, it is from the Timeless Serial in Knitwear, of course. The one that helped me a lot to even like think about trying to fit vintage garment to my own body is the second book by Linda, and it is recreating vintage 1940s knitwear, which is just perfect because I really love 1940s a lot these days, and I really love knitting. So there is a very, very handy table where you can pretty much adjust any knitting pattern to whatever you're liking. And this is, here it is. And I also went and wore my previous knits. Yeah, these knits are struggling when it comes to the fit. My gauge is also off, so it didn't really fit because of that. My biggest reason is pretty much not understanding what gauge was until recently. Whatever floats the gauge's boat, it does that, but it's just maths. And that's why I didn't get it. Now that I know what gauge is, here's my little worksheet, which is mainly gibberish now because I'm like, what is even happening? It's like, it starts from here, it goes like this, it goes like this, it goes like this. What I decided to do is, with the help of Linda's books, their wonderful source material, I decided to measure myself from armpit to armpit. I've realized that actually, because I'm a slouchy person, and I do this most of the time, if I slouch, this length is going to be shorter than if I straighten up. It makes sense, but it makes sense after I've measured myself. This distance, it was too short for my two previous knits. Now that I know that I need 35 centimeters here in total, I also know that this is going to be a jacket, so it is going to have a little button band. I decided to go with 36 centimeters minus 3 for the button band. My previous knits also had 3, so I was like, I'm pretty happy with that. It's good sometimes to go against the pattern because you learn, but you also stumble upon so many different administrative things. Oh my god, losing my mind. Anyway, there's a lot of talking, not a lot of purling, and not a lot of knitting. I need to figure this one out. Typical procrastinator. But I'm really happy it's turning very cute, and it will match my vintage skirt that I bought. Looks like I'm prepared to knit the whole day. I have created a little knitting corner. Feels like a cave, like a knitting cave. It's great. I love it. I have my tea. I got my books so that I don't have to grab them and search for them. I got my iPad where my colorwork chart is. I have my knit. I am prepared to do casting off. And I got my notes. I got loads of yarn. What else a girl would need except all of this wonderful thing and just sit and knit? It's gonna be a wonderful day. I'm already excited. And I'm also in my comfy clothes, in my new vest, and I am ready to turn on the TV and just knit until I'll see you a bit later. I currently paused on knitting on the back and also on one of the fronts. Basically continued knitting the second front or the first front. I finished decreasing 12 stitches. I think it's turning out very cute. It has been a very comfy knitting and I really love it. So this is how much I have left. I have 8 more rows to go and I will be finished with the colorwork for the first panel. I shall continue knitting. Apparently, my late night yesterday's calculations were correct. Wow, I am applauding myself. It feels like I've been knitting this cardigan for a very long time. So now we are at the three stitches where I am. You know what? One more thing. This is how much I have left for the blue. And I feel like I'm gonna win yarn chicken for the blue. I think I'm gonna be lucky. I only need to work 12 stitches. So I think that's enough for 12 stitches. So I'm still left over with loads of yarn. I still didn't finish the amount of yarn that I have for these. I have to create a new color work or something and incorporate these colors into it. And this is how it looks. Very cute. This is going to be the front. Already turning so cute. I think I've calculated this right. I'm on the last row. I finished the color work for the front. Now I am on the plain row. It is so close. Still have one more color work to do. Oh, and also I won yarn chicken. This amount left. And final stitch. Ta-da! So the front panel before the moss stitch is done. The first front panel, because I have to. And it looks so cool! But this is how the color work works and it's fully done. Oh my god. Oh, I would love to block this. Here they are compared. This is what I have knit. And I have been knitting for about 44 hours now. This is what 44 hours will make. There's also an intentional mistake made in the color work per Bulgarian tradition to make mistakes in your work. It's for protection. If you make a mistake, it's a wonderful thing to have there. I will know where it is. Kind of like a little secret that I have with this cardigan. It looks so cute. Oh. I have been working for a total of 50 hours now. I have finished with the first panel, but also moss stitches are done. I just wanted to show you this is what it looks like when you have been knitting for 50 hours. The second panel is, as you can see, not yet done. I just started flower repeat. I'm also doing decreases for the armhole, and at the end it's just gonna look something like this. Look how gorgeous this moss stitch looks. I am tucking all the color work so there are no long floats. It will be adorable. I'm loving these beautiful flowers. I'm extremely happy because it is 52 hours and we did it. I've been doing a little happy dance. Okay, no, it is not yet finished, but the color work for the second panel is finished. Isn't that exciting? Here it is. This is not with the moss stitch, which will be right at the top. We are finally done with color work and there won't be any more color work. Obviously, the first panel is finished and I feel like the final color work just turned out the best. This is how it looks currently, not much going on. This is like the first panel that I've already finished and this is how it is going to look like. I already can imagine how gorgeous it will look like. And if I do it for a very long time, this is how the moss stitch will look like. From a purl to a knit, purl, knit, purl. I've been working 60 hours and I'm currently on the back. This is 18 rows of moss stitch and I still need to do 40 more rows, I believe. This is how 60 hours of work looks like. Very close, but not yet. I would have thought we've already been finished by now, but no. I am currently on about 69 hours of knitting, and the fun thing about it is because I think I haven't really given you as much of an update recently because I've been trying to finish the actual body of the cardigan, which I did. So I have finished the second panel, I have finished the back, most simple thing to do because the back is knit stitches and then just more stitches. No shaping except slight shaping here at the armhole and then for the shoulders. The fact that it's already, the body is done, which is extremely cool. It's, yeah, I don't know, I still can't believe it's happening. I think the fact that I haven't been knitting for a while, yeah, it takes a long time to knit something and make something with your hands. The fact that the whole body is done and I don't have to sew anything except the shoulder seams is just a wonderful thing for me. So I'm kind of lucky that past me decided to knit everything together. I'm more patient to calculate the whole thing and rewrite the whole instruction than to knit everything in pieces and then sew everything together. Now that we have created the body of this cardigan, which just took me so long, I'm just so happy that it's there. The next part is going to be all about the sleeves. There is some action in the sleeves, there's some frogging involved, and the sleeves are actually quite exciting. So the structure of the sleeves is very different to the modern sleeves. And if you want to see more about the sleeves and a bit more reveal about the actual project, stick around for the next video because it's gonna be cool. This whole series is very fun, but there's more to come. I hope to see you in my next one and I hope you enjoy it. Bye. Now that you have okay, something's like being very ghosty and it's not even, I'm a bit spooked because it's a bit late at night.